Just do a, oh, crap. Okay.
Oh, is
I'll
that?
stop doing that and I'll pay attention then.
uh, Evening, everyone. It is recording.
Hey.
Therefore, adult faces shall be resumed after this. Anyway, welcome to this edition of Audits, and it's why don't you choose excellence is the topic. Goodness only knows where it's going to go because Terry doesn't know what it's about anyway. So, Terry, you go first. Oh, I might say, although it's a bit too late because Terry's already let one out, there might be some inappropriate language.
I haven't said anything yet.
You did? Because I'd
That
already
was pre-recording,
no.
wasn't it?
No.
Oops. Okay.
So, Terry,
Yeah.
what's this all
What?
about then today?
Yeah, that's a question I asked you about 5 minutes ago and you didn't answer. Something about CPD. No, was it CPD
Yes, it's
thingy?
choosing excellence, which is what Ian
Choosing
knows.
excellence. That sounds like a school headline under the school name. Yeah. Lower Stoft Grammar. Choosing excellence.
Yeah, lowest soft.
No idea. Just
Round the
no idea.
corner from you, isn't it?
I just thought of Jeff Tuck and it's like let's go lower Stoft.
Oh, Jeff, I miss him.
Yeah. Good guy, Jeff.
Absolutely. So you don't know
What's
what it's about. Ian, your turn then.
not really, no.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello,
Hi.
hello. What was the question? Sorry.
Never work with animals and children.
Or stupid.
What? Stupid animals, stupid children, or never work stupid?
Or you two.
Yeah, just remind us a little bit about what we're talking about.
Well, Ian, why don't you get out your little bit of writing?
Easy. Oh, sorry. Get out your little. It's just like something comes to my head. Sorry.
It's about CPD. Why is it
Yeah.
useful? Should we do it? Shouldn't we do it? What is it? Why do people feel they have to? It's anything and everything that comes up with that.
Well, I think
I remember now.
I think
You could have told me that 5 minutes ago, could you?
that would have spoiled the fun. I mean, this is great YouTubey stuff. This they'll be flocking not to turn them off with this dynamic repartee.
I know, because we always get into it always so quickly without bickering.
Yeah. CPD.
CPD.
I think because of what we do, we're dealing with people all the time, so we can't be an expert on how we do it because everybody's different. If we're doing it right, everybody's different. We never stop learning.
Agreed.
So I think it's important that where we have to turn the mirror on ourselves to find out where our strengths and weaknesses are and be proactive in improving our weaknesses and eventually turning them into not weaknesses.
Absolutely. So in terms of what you said, this is something that someone said to me donkeys years ago. Unfortunately, he's no longer around, but he was one of the first ADIs that I heard of that said a kind of how long it takes somebody to get the hang of the job. Has anyone got any thoughts on how long it takes us to get the hang of it?
1,000 hours.
Well, that's doing it, isn't it? But to get the hang of the job, like you said, Ian, how many do you think it takes us? A couple of weeks, a couple of years to really get the hang of it?
I don't think you can put a figure on it.
Well, I can.
Well, I'm sure
I've been in it 28 years and I've still not got the hang of it. So it's longer than 28 years.
I think, it depends which version of us turns up and which version of them turns up.
It does. I totally agree with that. Totally agree.
So I think, the technical stuff, is generally speaking quite easy to master when you've said it over and over again for so long that you sometimes wake up from a snooze in the car and you're talking in your sleep. But I think it's just one of those that we're never in the, you know, we're often on same roads, but we're never in the same situation. There's so many things that are never repeated in this job that we need all the armor and shielding we can find through, you know, going on courses and figuring stuff out and getting stuff wrong and learning from it.
Absolutely. Because I think the reason I bring it up was this guy said he believed that if someone stayed in the job for 6 years, they were kind of getting the hang of it. And he said 6 years. And it was about 6 years when I decided it was driving me nuts and I was either going to get out or do something else. Because I felt like I'd met the average or a lot of averages. Do you know what I mean? And it was... But I felt like it took me that long to get the hang of the basics, just the basics. And I think there's a lot of other people feel that, where it does take ages. And you are getting in the car with different people, different situations. And you do go down the same road, but there's always different person sitting next to you with a different bunch of people outside. So
sometimes you think you're going to die. Sometimes you think you're not going to die. Interestingly, when I first started working, when I left school all them years ago, I changed jobs every 5 years till I became an ODI.
That's interesting.
That's quite a long OCD problem.
Why do you think that was, Ian? What were the reasons for it?
I think I probably got a little bit bored.
Are you saying you're bored, Steve? Is that what you're saying? You're putting your hand up?
No, but that's exactly what happens. I get bored. Once I know how to do something, I'm like, right, what's next? And then I fidget basically with things like that. So
speed, motorways, WD.
Yeah, absolutely. I once I've got something, but I think going back to what you said there, I think I mean, it was a long time. It was a lot of years before I ditched my imposter syndrome, and it still rears its head as a driving instructor quite often, to be honest. Because even I sit there and listen to myself sometimes in the car. That just sounded like cobblers to me. So I'm wondering what anyone else is thinking. But I think that's a good thing. Imposter syndrome is what makes you strive to be a little bit better, I think.
So is that what CPD is all about? Striving to be a bit better?
I think so. It's
stay on top of it.
Well, this job's just a bit of an echo chamber, isn't it? I think. Otherwise, you're just listening to your own words reverberate around a car all the time, and if you're not taking yourself outside of that, it does just become a little bit of an echo chamber because you're just validating your own thoughts and theories. Whereas sometimes you need to hear some others and think, oh, yeah, hang on, that makes sense.
Yeah, love it. Terry, what made you do any kind of CPD, anything? Seeing as you've been in it 100,000 years.
More knowledge. I like having knowledge, even if it's useless knowledge. I'm a bit of a knowledge junkie. And if I don't get more knowledge, I kind of think I'm not doing very well. That's where my CPD comes from. And even from way before, when I was a football coach and tennis coach, I was always reading and watching videos and all sorts. Going to see different people, getting more knowledge, and it's just in my bones. I like knowledge. I like having knowledge, and I don't want to say best I can be, so it's corny. I wanna give people the best value they can have. Think in anything I do.
Because that's definitely not corny, that.
Is that not corny? Is that corny as well? I just want to do a good job, You know, might come from a fear of someone complaining. Maybe. I don't want people to complain, so I better know what I'm talking about. Maybe that's it.
I complain at you every time we're together. I complain at you.
Yeah, but that's just about me, not about the job I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. And it's never in writing.
It's never exactly.
I've been thinking about this a lot because I've been thinking about why do I put so much effort in to every single thing professionally that I do. So whether it's my own stuff, work stuff, whether it's as in course deliveries for people who really don't want to be there. I just think, why am I putting so much effort in when these people on their What's Driving Us course or speed awareness course couldn't give a stuff? And it's because I want to make a difference. And it's really selfish, but I want to make a difference because I've said it before, but if one of us makes a difference to one person that helps them stay alive longer or helps someone else live longer, that's when we're doing our jobs properly. And it's something that we'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never have the satisfaction of knowing. CPD. How many of you would like to go and see a surgeon that 28 years ago, Terry, passed their surgeon's exams, right? 28 years ago. Not one bit of CPD. Do you want them opening you up? A surgeon. What do you
But he
reckon?
has got a new blade on his hacksaw. So you'll be
Using all the old anesthesia, with the anesthesiology. Do you know what I mean, people? GP? Would you like to go and see a GP who hasn't done any?
I remember going to the doctors when I was little, and he was sat there chain smoking.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Cotter with his pipe.
telling you not to smoke. Yeah, probably.
Whenever I think about the doctor, that's the image I get. An old man sitting behind a desk, chain smoking. One fag goes out, another one's lit up.
Yeah, our GP had a pipe.
Oh no, I'm sure they were either Woodbines or roll your owns. And I can picture the doctor's surgery and know exactly where it was.
Oh, those were the days.
Aye, they were. They were.
Go on, Steve. You've got something to say. I can tell.
It's just, Fiona, I mean, you guys said at the beginning about what the topic was, and I was just thinking that even now, I do know, especially locally, there are a lot of ADIs that just absolutely either shy away from CPD or just point blank refuse it. There's one that I know that's very much a case of, well, what's the point? I've qualified. Why do I need to qualify again? I don't need any more information. I know what I'm doing.
Unfortunately, it's all too often, Steve.
Yeah, I've never understood that. Fortunately, they are actually. I've been involved with them doing other stuff, and they are a pretty good trainer. They kind of get it anyway. They're doing things the right way. But I just think how many others out there are, again, they're just stuck in that little echo chamber. And I don't know, is it? I think a lot of it is it's fear-based, fear of failure. They don't want to get involved in anything else because just in case it opens up something that they don't want to know about, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh, okay, maybe that wasn't quite right.
Yeah, maybe people don't want to know what they don't know.
Yeah, that I think I know what me and Fiona have talked about this before. I know what used to put me off a lot of CPD was those dreaded two words that I despised with fiery vengeance, role play. I'd be like, nah, you're all right, mate. I ain't doing that. Sorry, I'm not interested because it just used to. I would clam up and I would stop learning. The minute they said it, I'm not learning anymore. So I'm not interested. But maybe there's some of that. I don't know, like you say, but maybe scared of finding out the stuff they don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Many reasons, but there's, like you say, I'm all of us here. It's hard for us because we all, CPD junkies. And actually, what might be an idea, Fiona, is if do we know anybody who just does CPD constantly? Do we know anybody here who's just like on course
What,
after
an
course,
addict
even does
to
courses more,
CPD?
almost like an addict to CPD? Do we know anybody?
So
Maybe we could ask them.
everybody's all of them courses.
Yeah.
I don't
Do we
know,
have
Vicky. What do
anybody?
you reckon, Vicky? What do you reckon, Vicky?
No one would be that daft, would they? That would just be ridiculous.
Don't know how they could afford to go on any gigs or,
Do you know what I said to my husband? Came in just before I got on this tonight, and I said, I've got a rush, I've got to go upstairs, I've got a Zoom. And he went, another one? He said, you're always on those blimmin' Zooms. I said, yeah, because I'm always learning. I've got to learn this stuff. I've got to, like Terry said earlier, I can't sit still and stagnate. And I think it's interesting listening to what sort of Steve was saying. I stupidly put a comment on somebody's Facebook post yesterday, I think it was, and the tirade of comments back at me because I was challenging this particular guy's sort of approach and the way, and it was, well, basically implied that I didn't know what I was talking about, and it's that whole fixed mindset thing of, when people think that they've got to sort of like, they think they know what they're doing, then it's like, that's it, my job's done. I'm just going to sit in what I know, like you were sort of alluding to just now. Then I don't want to do any of this delving into the unknown stuff because that's going to shake what I think I already know. But I think one of my biggest challenges is because I've done so much, is then it's finding that right blend. Because as Terry was sort of saying, I was on his questions course last night, which was epic as always. It's interesting then when you see some other trainers in the business that are highly regarded, that the way that they roll lessons out doesn't kind of fit then along with like what Terry was saying about the different types of questions, when's the best time to ask it, why are you asking it, and that then it becomes a dangerous territory of doing too much because you're like, right, okay, which resonates for me, really?
Well, it's you first. It's you first. It's got to be how that stuff works with you. Now, I totally agree. I'll never say it to his face that Terry is brilliant, but it's you. It's how Terry's stuff fits in with you. It's got to be you first, doesn't it? And I think you you need to just have a think about it because it's you. You're brilliant. The fact that you try so hard to do exactly what you're doing, and that's why you're greedy for the CPD stuff.
Yeah, getting older now, I haven't got as much energy for the gig, so I just sit and keep you guys company.
Well, we miss you. we do miss you when you're not here. Where is she? Must be at a gig.
Yeah, I think the last time it was Franz Ferdinand.
Was it?
Isn't he dead?
There'll be trouble if he is. Might start a war.
No, don't be silly.
So there are extremes.
That took me a while. Sorry.
I can't even think that's a political.
No, it just took me a while. Let's go back 100 and so years for that one, obviously.
Sorry.
Oh no, I had a thought that is gone. Well, everybody puts me off. Now, CPD, I was joking about it costing Vicky loads of money. Is CPD expensive? And it depends on your perspective. Who remembers Woody? Fabulous Woody.
Yeah.
Our mate Woody.
Our mate Woody. I've forgotten his real name now. Keith Woody.
Yeah.
Wood. Keith,
Woodward.
yeah, I hope he's all right. I haven't seen
There
him.
is always a temptation to call it for the Edward Woodward. There is always a
No, he's not
temptation.
Edward.
Yeah.
He's Keith Eddie Woodward. So it's he afforded a very expensive CPD course that lasted a year by looking at his money, what went in, what went out, and he decided, I'm going to take a flask to work rather than buy Costa or Starbucks, or not favouring anyone, but he, rather than buying coffee outside, he would take it to work, and he saved us enough money to do a course, and that was a substantial amount of money. Would you agree, people that did it?
Mhm. Yep.
So when people say, oh, it's the money, that's too expensive, that's a mindset thing. Because if that money was, I want to go and see, or I want to go on holiday, we find it. Or if it's, I want to join a gym, which anyway, I'm thinking about it. It's not, I want
Is
to
Jim falling apart?
go, but I used to joke about it, but I'm actually thinking about what I'm going to do. Only because I'm being selfish, but I want that because I want to go and do some silly stuff. Because it's a significant birthday year for me. So do you see what I mean? I'll find the money because I want to do something. If I don't want to do that thing, then I won't do it. Ask Steve how many holidays he books a year. Let's not go there.
He's always away.
I do
He's
try.
worse. He's worse than Vicky and her gigs.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough, sadly.
No, it's Christmas. I shall be in Norfolk.
Yeah. Gone 2 weeks. I don't stick around for Christmas. Those days are long behind me. So. But I think you're right. I mean, I don't see it as laying out money. I see it as investment. You're investing. That is what you're doing. And I'm not saying that I've done everything that I want to do. There is loads of other stuff that I want to do. Does the cost sometimes mean that's got to wait a little while? Yeah, absolutely. And I'll come back to that a little bit later. But also, I think there's the other side of that. You know, the CPD that I've done over the years, as this is going to sound, there is no easy way to say this without sounding like a bit of a knobhead. So I'm just going to say it. It has allowed me, where I am, to become, rather than just a small fish in a big pond, it's a slightly bigger fish in a smaller pond, because I've got those skills that perhaps some other ADIs haven't. And I think that was worth every penny. Because I don't have to go out there chasing stuff down anymore. I don't need to do this. I'm not having to justify why I charge what I charge. And I've worked bloody hard for that, and it's cost me a lot of money to get there. If you want to, and a lot of time. I mean, you guys you Fiona, you put up with me for a year on a BTEC. You know, it was a long. You know, I put a lot into this. And I think that's what happens. You know, you've got to speculate to accumulate, haven't you? It's the only way it works, really.
I totally agree. I wouldn't be where I am. I don't say it but I wouldn't be here able to sit and manage this and pretend that we're interesting. When I first became an ADI, I was too scared to go to the meetings. I wasn't as good as the others. I had no right to be there. I needed to go and sit on my own in the car until I became an adult ADI like the rest of them. So when I say, and then suddenly I'm talking in front of, and you know, there's a lot of people locally to me now they don't know who I am or why I'm suddenly there. But it's that thing when you enjoy what you do. Who enjoys helping people? And that's why we do what we do and we develop what we do, because we just want to help. And that's why other people do it. But sometimes, although I wanted to help, I was scared to do it. I didn't I didn't have the confidence to do it. So it isn't always, but apparently, according to some online statistics that I might have got from some rubbish bit of AI, 62% of ADIs do CPD.
Cossack dancing.
I love that. Well done. 62%, I think, is brilliant.
A lot more than I thought it was.
Well, that is, and that's not official statistics. That's AI found, and I haven't double checked it with other bits of AI or any other. But and I think that's from the. I did ask where that info was from. It's when people say I've done some form of CPD, where the DIA do, because they're trying to make sure, and they're trying to ask us to do our CPD so that we help ourselves when it comes to the standards checks and everything else, because they want us to stay on top of our game. They don't want to chuck us off the register. They want us to stay there until we want to go. They don't. It's not there. There's not joy in life for a senior examiner, whatever they call them, enforcement or something now, isn't it?
ADI
Enforcement
enforcement.
officer.
I don't like that. I'm not keen on that. But the voluntary register of CPD, it's not much.
I think what happens, unfortunately, is a lot of panicked CPD. People leave it. People leave it until they're like, the letters come. That the panicked CPD and then all you're doing is worrying about. You're not worrying about thinking about what you're learning. You're worrying about what you need to know, and there's a big difference there. I think that's an issue.
Massive difference.
Yeah. So do it soon if you're going to do it. So there's the voluntary thing. Apparently, now when I have done CPD in the past, and I say trying it out, but whenever I've done CPD and I'm trying a technique that I am not familiar with, I always ask my person in the driver's seat, I've got a thing, can I practice, and I need to learn how to do it. Every single one of them said, oh yeah, that's great. And they like it when we do CPD.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had anyone say, oh no, don't do that stuff. Actually, I did have someone once who said, I hate it. I said, how is it going? It was in the early days of my coaching strokes, client-centered stuff, very early days. And I asked everyone else and they all said, God, I love it. It's so different. I feel so engaged. I feel like I'm in control of the learning. I love it. I love it. And then I asked this, I remember her name as well. And I said, how's it going for you? She said, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I was like, oh, you are joking. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have to learn who wants the new way and who wants the old way. And I said, can you just tell me what it is you don't like? She said, well, this way, I really have to think for myself. So I relaxed a bit because creating a thinking driver was just exactly what I was like. And I said, well, that's tough. I'm doing it. Go. And she didn't. She stayed around. But this is it. So they like our CPD. The DVSA kind of like the CPD. Is it expensive, people? Don't ask Vicky.
Yeah, don't ask Vicky. She's got enough to worry about with the mortgage arrears.
I know.
Doesn't have to be.
Well, is this classed as CPD? Anyone who's managed to tolerate this so far today, is this classed as continual or continued professional development?
I think so.
It is. Any kind of ADI meeting, any kind of meeting a colleague for a coffee, observing other people's lessons, that's CPD. I don't think you should give each other advice. So if you go and observe someone else, don't start Write in the list what they think you think they should do differently, unless they've asked you for that. Because that's definitely a good way to lose friends. What else have you got as I've got a list, but what else have you got as CPD peeps? All right, I'll just go through my list.
Anything. Go for
Reading
your list. Go
books,
for your list.
watching videos.
Reading books, watching videos, books. What do you reckon, Steve? Anyone written any books lately?
Yes,
There
What's
are.
it
nice
called
easy way
again?
to do it.
Sorry, Terry?
Which one?
What are they called, Steve? I can't remember.
They're called
Say them out
books.
loud.
just yeah, if you don't mind, they're the subconscious books. So there's just subconscious standards check, subconscious part 1, subconscious part 2, and there's one for a driving test as well now for
They're on
learners.
Amazon,
So
aren't they?
they are, yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
just-
Thank you. I've stopped now for a little while.
But
I got
yeah, for a
carried
little
away.
while, only because
Yeah,
only because you've got your mind on different things.
yeah, bathroom decorating instead.
There's the articles, so reading your things, getting the highway code updates, they are classed as CPD. And if you write it down, you quickly get up to 7 things a year. 7 hours a year or something, isn't it? CPD that
Is it?
Even a decent, I mean, like LinkedIn, if there is a decent article on there, that's even the same thing. I mean, or any social media really. I say LinkedIn because I think maybe sometimes that's where people tend to put professional stuff rather than opinion stuff. Maybe it seems to be the home because there's stuff that I post on LinkedIn that I would never dream of putting on my Facebook because it would just fall flat on its face. So, whereas on LinkedIn, people seem to be a bit prepared to read more than one paragraph.
I think so. I think, yeah. So it tends to be the more professional kind of, but get what you want from where you want. The, the social media stuff, as in Facebook, can be really unkind. So go to your safe places, please, people. Go to your safe places. So safe forums. And if you want to know which are the safe forums, go and ask one of the grown-ups. I think go ask Hugh.
Hugh's back. He's finished cooking.
Is that what he was doing? It looks like he's
so,
in
yeah.
a little tiny room. Looks like he's sitting down in a little tiny room, so I'm not going to say anything. They got the books. Books, audio books for me. But with the amount of CPD that I've done, I tend to go more for outside of our industry things these days. Otherwise, I'm doing the same thing with just different people doing the same sort of thing. You've got the webinars, the podcasts, conferences. There's loads of podcasts out there. But there are people out who do, you've got the specialist kind of things. Lots of people say, where can I go to, they'll contact me and say, where can I find someone who will deliver something on blah, blah subject? ADIs with and for disabilities, really brilliant place, brilliant experts. If you're not a member of that Facebook group, I highly recommend you go and join. Hayden's probably still there, but there's loads of people who really know their subject. So if you want anything diversity, any extra information, there are safe places to go. That's one of them. The conferences. Who went to the most recent one? Did you go, Terry? Ian, did you get down to that one?
I'm going to the Scottish one.
I bet you are. Because that's around the corner. I didn't go.
Well, it's not 300 mile away, yeah.
So, what are the reasons that you did it? You started saying some stuff, Terry, about why you did it. What are the reasons other people should think about doing CPD, Terry, not doing it?
Oh, sorry. You know what? I can't answer that, blood.
Right.
We all do it for various reasons. And I think we're of the kind of industry where CPD might be a new thing to most people. No one grows up wanting to be a driving instructor. Nobody goes to college and university to become a driving instructor. So in sense of learning to do the job, it's not it's not the same process. So I think people come into this job to qualify and start a business. And I don't think CPD is top of the agenda once to have qualified. And I think it's just people of a certain mindset who think, you know what, that's my first hurdle. What's next?
Yeah.
So
There's,
we can push it. But sorry, mate, go on.
and so there's a little saying that I came across in the early days of training.
Was it "Don't touch me, Ian"?
All right. It wasn't me. My hands didn't leave my body.
Sorry, carry on.
It goes something along the lines of, those who dare to teach can never stop learning.
I prefer the other one.
Which other one?
Don't touch me. Yeah, me
And
too.
I think that encapsulates the CPD thing. If we're going to teach, we have to keep learning ourselves.
Of course.
I think the world changes, and we need to keep up with the changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
not,
I think Terry's right as well. When you qualify, it's like, oh, I can relax a bit.
Yeah, I've made it, done it.
Yeah, but certainly us three, we would have all had a check test within 6 months of qualification. So we couldn't take our foot off the gas completely. We could slow down a bit. But we used to get that first check test within 6 months of qualification. And I remember doing it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. That doesn't mean anything. I just don't remember much.
And I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because there's some people out there now that, I mean, I've probably haven't had a check test, standards check since they actually qualified.
11 years, I'm hearing. Lots of people.
I mean, that is just crack, isn't it? Really, that's just madness when you think about it. Because I mean, they're closing the title standards, so it's the clue's there.
But enforcement officer isn't.
Done now.
That's
a
mismatch, in my opinion. What I would say is, Terry, I beg to differ. I met someone who currently lives in Wales. I would say her name, but I don't know if I'm allowed. Who wanted to be a driving instructor ever since, I think she said, the age of 14.
Wow.
And I think she's been doing
That's why you never use absolutes.
Yeah.
I just used it again. I just used one. Never use absolutes.
Never.
That's why you should try not to use absolutes.
Try.
Wow. And she's qualified now.
Yeah, about as long as you have been. Yes.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah. So it's just, I've only just met her, really. So yeah, I just had to say it because it is unusual that somebody wants to do the job from that age. I just wanted to drive from the age of 7. I didn't know that I was going to end up. I thought I love driving. Why would I end up passenging if I love driving? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think I'm seeing younger and younger people coming into training to be ADIs, which is great because they're going to have to keep ahead of the game. They kind of just bimble along. This is the third career I've had, and it's my retirement career to give me money to go out when I want to go out type attitudes. The youngsters who are hopefully going to be in it as long as we've been and longer and need to keep ahead of the game.
That's a good point. If the numbers of new drivers is going down and numbers of ADIs keeps increasing, we're going to want to keep our people. So having that regular CPD and having that certification on our websites is going to be, so these things are things you guys need to think about. The future of our industry, the amount of people coming in, that whatever the changes are, make sure you're ahead of the game, as these grown-ups are saying, because our clients like to see a bit of CPD. They want to know that we're still developing.
Actually, that reminds me, Fiona, when you said that, I think some people see CPD as a weakness.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know it all. I'm not very good at the job. I better go and learn how to do it properly. And I think they see that as a weakness.
Yeah.
I've got to admit I don't know it all, so I better go and learn some more.
Is it not just honesty? Because we all have days and lessons where we aren't very good. Well, I certainly do. I don't know about anybody else, but there
Absolutely.
are days. There's the days I think that
I'm taking the fifth, even though I'm not American.
yeah, and it's
Absolutely.
horrible feeling, but it still happens. Occasionally, rarely, but it does happen.
The thing I found, it wasn't why I chose to do my CPD, but because I was just thinking, no, why is it I did it and why is it I got hooked so quickly? A bit like Vicky. What I found was I had better results. So I got in the car because I did my CPD. It was just easier to get what I wanted. But that only happened with my own CPD. So I had easier days, although I was working harder because I had to think more. Because put your foot down, foot on the clutch, set the gas, find the biting point, hold the handbrake. Yep, check that mirror, center mirror, door mirror, right hand door, blah, 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 blah. That wasn't anything. It was just irritating, frustrating, and repetitive. But when I changed and I had a different approach, I had easier days because I was getting on with my people. I felt joy when I went home because they all learnt stuff and they remembered it the next week. Who remembers that? What did we do last week? Oh, we did some mirror stuff. Okay, let's do something else today. How many mirrors? How many None. So better results, easier days.
I've got a question for you, Taylor.
Oh, I was going to say it stops me getting stale and the job feels fresh. Go on, question, Terry.
So I was going to ask earlier and I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say, so I didn't mention it. But now you just reminded me again. Because I remember a time when I first met you. We first met when what was it, 15 years ago, maybe, when confidence wasn't very high on your list of stuff. So now my question to you is, because you wouldn't have been doing this 15 years ago. No way. Right. So all the great stuff you're doing indoors and stuff. So are you now able to do this because of the CPD you've done?
Yes.
Okay, next.
And it's not just the CPD, it's personal work as well. So it's the CPD plus the stuff outside of that. So it's everything. But no way. It's mostly the CPD. Made a massive difference to me. I went
Yes, I remember.
15 years ago from not being able to go to the meeting. The first meeting I went to, I spoke in front of 70 ADIs. Talking
Yes.
about this
Yes.
fangled coaching rubbish stuff. And I stood there in front, and I can tell you the meeting it was. Who remembers the days when they first introduced independent driving with the diagrams? They had the diagrams. It was then. That's when
They
I
did what? Introduced what?
Independent driving.
Independent driving before sat nav. They did it with diagrams. Follow the signs too, and have a look at this diagram.
I don't remember the diagrams.
I could give you 3 directions with or without a diagram. So
I
you
remember
just,
the diagrams, yeah.
when you come up to
Wow,
the end of
jeez.
this road, turn left. At the roundabout, you're taking the 3rd exit. Here's a picture of the roundabout, and it was just a circle with 3 roads on
It's
it.
just black and white, just black,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember now. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
And
Chalk
that's
and
when I did
slate.
it. And the person that introduced me at the meeting said, and here's our little Fiona gonna say something.
No. What was Frodo Baggins doing introducing you at a meeting?
Quiet day in the Shire. He had nothing better to do.
It was
Hmm.
but it was that I'd suddenly got a massive joy out of the job, and I thought about what to do differently. And then now, when I think about it now, and I've got this new passion about it, but 5 people a day die on our roads, and we need to change it. And I keep saying it, and I'll say it loads of times on any kind of video I do, anything that we do as people. 5 people a day, da 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 da.
Isn't she a Welsh singer?
It sounded so good. It sounded so good. I was on my box. Anyway, we need to look after our people. And I need to just step down a little bit. Who hasn't spoken for ages? Someone else say something.
Hugh, I was going to ask Hugh something, and he's gone.
He fell off ages ago.
Yeah. Come back next time, Hugh.
I know. I was disappointed he wasn't joining in. He was just doing his things, running around the kitchen.
Yeah.
We miss Hugh.
Oh dear.
Terry, you got any more
Jesus, he's
workshops coming up? Yes, you got
got
to
any
go.
what? No, I just now got to go just in time. Have I got any what?
Workshops coming up. Just say yes. And where can
Yes.
they book?
On my Facebook page. A few more coming up in May, 8 May, June. There's one more left for this bunch, and this is Busting Coaching Myths.
Oh, nice.
April the 15th.
It's just
So we will
asking questions.
Busting moves.
It's just asking questions.
Busting moves. Busting coaching
Busting
moves.
moves on April the 15th with Yo. This is about as young as I get with that language.
Am I going to get a certificate for the last 2?
Jesus Christ, make out that.
Well,
I'll
I'm
get to you, Vicky, don't worry.
I'm just looking at all my other ones that you've given me in the past.
Wow.
I will get them out. I'll get them out to you.
I've done
Brilliant.
your Busting Coaching Moves one.
Love that.
Vicky, you haven't had any from me, though.
Actually, you say that. I've just seen here that I did a breakfast one with you and Terry. Breakfast with Terry and Fiona, in one ear, out the other. January 2024.
Yeah, the thing about that is we didn't send those out, did we, Terry?
Wow. God, was that long ago? Blimey.
Jesus, I was about to say the same. Really, actually, maybe 2 years.
I know.
Jesus.
Anyway,
Madness.
the thing is, if anyone else is listening to the bitter end of this, and I haven't sent you a CPD certificate, you're very welcome to send. I've got to do it. I haven't done it for. I need it.
Shall I send you a reminder of when I did your mind maps and scaling one?
Yeah.
And then I'll have a retrospective certificate.
Yeah. I don't see why you can't. I might just put a nondescript date on it for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did one once where you filled it in yourself at the end.
Yeah.
You wrote your own certificate at the end.
Yeah. Write your name, write whatever.
Write your name and the date. That's it. Job done. There you go. Have that.
Oh, I've got to do one for a meeting. Somebody asked for one for the meet. Oh, anyway. Yeah.
Can I just say something quickly for a thingy? No, I've got to go. Don't worry. There is an in-car training day. If any of you are in like the Hertfordshire area, training day on the 13th of May, 9:30 till 4. There is only one place left. So if you want that, let me know. It's bespoke, so you guys decide what we work on, not me. So yeah, one place left. Let me know.
And if more of you book, you'll book another date for them, though.
And if more people book, I'll book another date.
You're
Yeah,
rubbish.
forgot that one, Fiona. Yeah, rubbish.
Yeah, I'm a rubbish business person too. Can't even talk. We've all got things. I've got one of my workshops tomorrow, actually.
What was that one?
That's my scaling.
Oh, proper learning. Get on that one if you're watching this today, people.
Well, there's
Or the next one when it comes up.
I limit the people, so there are. I know everyone says that. There's only a few places left. There are genuinely. I have a maximum of 9 on my courses. Maximum. I don't like Zooms with too many people. I can't get to it. That's it. Buy Steve's book. Ian, have you got CPD stuff going on yet?
Let me get back
Yeah,
to
they've
you
got
on that
lights
one.
on going on yet.
I've just ordered a book, Steve. It's on its way to me within the next day or so.
Bless you.
So I'm looking forward
There
to
you
that.
go, Steve. You can book your summer holidays now, Steve.
Oh,
So,
bless you.
back
Thank you.
to
I hope
Ian.
it helps.
Oh, she'll let you know if it doesn't.
Subconsciously, of course.
Yeah. She'll be sending you subliminal messages. Right, the next one.
Well, Ian didn't get to answer his question because I interrupted.
What?
Have you got any CPD going on? Any courses?
Nah, not me. You know me.
We'll keep nagging, and one day he'll surprise us.
One day, yeah, he will one day.
Yeah, I'll go on. Boo!
To be honest,
If
she nags
anyone's
me
near,
about it and all.
I do nag
Exactly.
you about it. Yeah.
If anybody is near Dumfries and he fancies some one-to-one or something, get in touch with Ian. He's one of the best in the business. So, a day with Ian is a day well spent,
Yeah.
even if it's not in the pub.
Tell it to me wife.
Our next joyful episode of Audits with me standing on my soapbox. That's only so I can reach the tape though. The next one is Tuesday the 14th at 6 p.m. ish. Vicky, you'll be sunning yourself somewhere on holiday or at a gig somewhere, I presume.
I'm actually at our local Driving Instructors Association meeting because I've now opted to be the secretary.
Oh, it's double CPD.
You
I
could do a
did that
live
job
feed.
for 3 years.
You got to be careful what you put yourself out for, Steve, haven't you? Really?
Yeah.
You could do a live feed. You can live feed us into your meeting.
I'll consider it. I'll let you know.
Outside broadcast. Seriously. That'd be good.
I'll consider that not possible at all.
I'll see what time I get there.
She's good at subconscious stuff, isn't she?
It's nice to actually hear that there's some associations still thriving, to be honest with you, because our local one just fizzled.
Ours
Tried
is
so
an
hard.
award-winning one.
So it's good.
Ours got the award at the conference last weekend.
Right.
So yeah,
It
SDIA.
is so good that they're still there, and it's such a shame that a lot of it kind of just petered out, really. It is such a shame. So
we've got 2 here. We've got the Colchester one. It's just to call people on the committee, but we do try. The thing is, when there's no changes, what we found as organisations is people come when there are changes and when there's going on. Unfortunately, COVID changed a lot of things, I think.
Yeah.
So much went online. People like us do stupid stuff online, and then, people feel like they get a bit of...
We went from filling like the local parish hall to being unable to fill a Zoom screen. And then it was just like, this is just silly. This could be an email sort of thing, which is a shame because it was a nice bit of sort of networking, But hey, I'd stopped being secretary long before that. not to put you off or anything, Nikki. But...
Did anyone else mishear him? What did you say?
I know what you mean.
So,
I heard that as well. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
What?
We misheard you totally.
What did you? I said I'd stopped being secretary by then.
Yeah,
Oh.
sexy came out as like sounds like a different word.
Okay. Okay.
Not to the
You said
grown-ups
it
in the
differently.
room, Steve. The grown-ups
Huh?
in the room heard it properly.
All right. Thanks.
Well,
I'm
Fiona
surprised I
heard
don't.
it.
I'm surprised I don't know what they're talking about because generally I'm not one of the grown-ups in the room. So, it's just-
Fiona heard it as sexually.
all right. Okay. Well, that too. There you go.
Anyway, thanks. This has been a particularly long audits. So thank you if anyone has made it to the end with our ridiculousness.
Jesus, yeah.
But I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it. We have the subject on Tuesday, the 14th at 6 p.m. is so why don't you because we know what it is and we'll put it out there. I have no idea. Why don't
I
we?
shall definitely try and be there for that one.
Because it's compelling, that one. Anyway,
Okay.
thanks everybody. Strike a
Don't
pose
miss that.
just because it winds Terry up.